Being an entrepreneur can feel so lonely sometimes. My mentor and coach Craig Ballantyne calls it living on Lonely Entrepreneur Island, where you are an island all by yourself, all alone, dealing with all the problems that come up being a business owner. Now, I'm here to tell you that there is another way, but you have to be willing to put some work into it. So if you pay attention over the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you how you can not only get solutions to your problems a lot faster, but also how you can begin to feel so much better as an entrepreneur and not feel that loneliness that sometimes happens when you're working all by yourself. My name's Galel Fajardo. I am a business coach, and I've worked with hundreds of clients around the world to help them be able to improve their happiness, reduce their stress, while at the same time increasing their revenue and reducing the number of hours that they work each week. Now, this week, I want to talk to you about the power of building your network and why it is that this is so important. In fact, I think it's probably up there with selling and marketing is growing your network. Because if there's a lesson I've learned in life, it's that great people exist and great people are willing to help you when you are in a time of need. Now, your network is your net worth. Right? We've heard that phrase before. We've heard Jim Rohn talk about how you are the sum of the 5 closest people to you. But let me tell you how that's worked out in my life. You see, probably about 5 years ago, I couldn't care less about my health. I was a performance coach. I, had gone to grad school, got my master's degree. I was a coach. I was coaching people, but I wasn't a fitness guy. I wasn't into, going to the gym regularly. I would go to the gym, but not that often. I didn't have a plan. I would just kind of go and do what I wanted to that day. And there was no structure around it. But then fast forward a few years till about a couple years ago, I started working with a lot of people in the fitness industry. You know what effect that had on me? All of a sudden, I found myself caring about my fitness plan. I hired a fitness coach. I started making fitness a regular part of my life, whereas previously it hadn't been. Now, why did that happen? It's because I was working with people who I admired, and I found a common theme among all of their lives. That is, all of them were heavily active in their fitness. And so by osmosis, by just being around that group of people, it became a priority to me. This is just one example. There's other examples for example, with productivity. My friends that I am closest with, we don't waste time. And so they don't waste their time sending me nonsense during the day. Or if I, miss a call from them or their calls go straight to voicemail because my phone is on Do Not Disturb, they don't give me crap because I didn't answer my phone. They say, oh, Galel's in the zone. He's working right now. And so they have a lot of understanding for when I'm in that zone to respect that zone and let me work. They know when I'm no longer working, I'll be in touch with them. Versus some of my other friends who, God bless them, great people, but they work a 9 to 5. They're on the boss's dime and they're calling and they expect me to answer and they get frustrated when I don't answer. And it's because we're not in the same place in our careers, and that's okay. But the reason I bring up that story is because the different people you hang out with are going to have an impact with how you treat your time, your health, your relationships, your habits. It's the same thing as if your friends every weekend go out drinking to the bar. What are you going to end up doing? If you're not drinking alcohol, it's going to feel really weird if you go to the bar with them and you say, yeah, I'll take a Coke, please. Sure, I'll drink a lemonade. An ice water for me while everybody's ordering up a round of shots, right? So the people that you hang out with have a very distinct and clear impact into your life. So I'm going to encourage you to think about, who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you networking with? All of that truly matters when it comes to growing as a person, growing as an entrepreneur. Now, one of the biggest impacts that I have had in my career has been the power of masterminds. You see, mastermind groups, it's a gathering of people that are like-minded. They are people that have had challenges, but they've also had triumphs. And in these mastermind spaces, if you're in a good mastermind, this is when people are going to actually like take off the mask, right? When we see people on social media, we see them with a mask. It's often filtered. Images are filtered. They look their best. They sound their best. They act their best. And in a mastermind group, because it's smaller, it's a little bit more intimate, people are willing to take off that mask. They're willing to showcase their imperfections because they're just being real. And let me tell you, being around high-performing people when they're real has been incredibly beneficial to me. It's been incredibly beneficial for me to coach people who are high performers, because behind closed doors, when we're talking on a Zoom one-on-one and they're opening up to me about all their insecurities, their failures, their bad habits, their struggles, it reminds me that we are all human beings. And even high performers struggle with the same things that everybody else struggles with. And so I would encourage you, get yourself in with a tight group of people where you're willing to be open, honest, and vulnerable, because that is where true magic happens. I'll tell you, I have been able to help save people millions of dollars because of the millions of dollars that I have lost making mistakes in my business and in my life. And so take a cue from me, right? Listen to me and listen to the things that I've done, because the mistakes I've done have cost so much money. I want to help prevent you from making those mistakes. And this is the beautiful part about how failure and success works in life. I think far too few people read history books, right? There's a saying regarding history that, those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it. We want to learn from the past. We want to learn from the failures that society has made so that we don't repeat those same mistakes. And the same thing with history and autobiographies. Reading the mistakes that other people have made will help you get better. A mastermind is the same way, where you get to share what your plans are and then sit back and let people provide constructive feedback and say, well, Galel, here's why I don't think that plan is exactly laid out correctly. I think you're missing this step, or I would tweak and adjust this and this. And here's my basis for that. I ran a campaign that did X, Y, and Z, and then they share with you what they've done. And so that is the power of connecting with other people. Real life is so messy. Okay, it's got challenges, it's got successes and lots of failures, and those mastermind events are going to help you be able to take off that mask and help you begin to exchange real advice without a filter. And I'm telling you, if you connect with the right people, it can make a massive, massive difference in your life. I want you to evaluate the habits that you currently have, and then I want you to evaluate the habits that you wish you had. Are there certain things that you strive for, certain things that you wish that you had in your life that you don't have right now? Maybe it's a matter of hanging out with different people. Maybe it's a matter of networking with a different type of person that's going to push you and encourage you into the lifestyle that you truly want. Now, you might be thinking right now, Galel, this sounds great, but where the heck do I do this? And I'm going to tell you, if you have a cell phone, that cell phone is the best device you can use to network with other people. What I would do is I would find people that are living the life that you want, that have the business that you want, and try to make relationships. I'll tell you right now, in this day and age, people have never been more accessible than they are today. And you would be staggered at the number of people that would be willing to help you if you simply built up the courage just to ask a question. So I'm going to encourage you today, start building your network. Start figuring out who you can surround yourself with. Who are the type of people living the life that you desire? Who has the body that you wish you had? Who has the marriage that you wish you had? Who has the business that you wish that you had? And interact with those people. Ask thoughtful questions. And I'll tell you the most important aspect, actually listen to what they say. I have people message me every single day. I have people, close friends that call me and send me text messages. And the thing that truly frustrates me is when I give advice to somebody and they just sit on it. They don't do anything with that advice. Do the person a favor who's given you the advice and actually put it into action. Take a leap of faith. Don't always answer with, well, yeah, but my business is different. Don't do that. Take action on the advice that you receive. Try something different. And the way you do this is by meeting new people. Surround yourself with new people. And I'm going to encourage you to go out and just make new friends. I'm not saying ditch your old friends. If your old friends are taking you down to bad habits, then maybe you need to ditch those friends. I'm not saying that though right now. I'm saying that if you want a new path, you need to begin focusing on building your mastermind group of people that are your go-to when times get tough, that are your go-to when you need help, that are your go-to when you need to hire somebody in your business. You can go to your mastermind group of people and say, I'm looking for this type of person. Can somebody help me find that person? Or who should I talk to? Your mastermind group of friends, your network of people can become an incredible, valuable resource that's not just going to help you financially. It will help you financially, but not just financially, but will help you emotionally, psychologically. They're going to help you because they're going to help you think differently, and they're going to be there for you when you're going through tough times. When I've gone through tough times, I go to my people. My people are there to help lift me up, pick me up when I'm down, and give me an encouraging word. And likewise, just as life has different seasons, the tables get turned and I then become the encourager for them. And I'll tell you, when you are surrounded by people who are like-minded, who care about where they're going in life and have big dreams, big goals, it rubs off on you. And likewise, then when you start to adopt those behaviors, you're going to rub off on them and you're just going to continue to help fire each other up. It's like you've got running partners, right? You're running a marathon. And at mile 14, when your legs are starting to burn, they start cheering you on. And then at mile 21, when you're feeling good and they're feeling down, you're pumping them up. That is how true, fun entrepreneurship looks like. So I'm going to encourage you, go out and make some friends, meet new people. If you don't know where to go, come talk to me. Hit me up on Instagram, send me a DM at Galel Fajardo, and I'm going to encourage you, get onto my email list at galel.com so you can get private coaching from me via email direct to your inbox, and you can learn how to apply these strategies in your business. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.